Hello and welcome once again to Hottie Toddy Hotline, the weekly show about Ole Miss Rebel athletics. I'm your executive producer, Jon Rawl, and once again with you this week, I'm joined again by Matt Heermans of CRM Sports. And on this week's show, Matt, we're going to talk about Ole Miss baseball in great detail. The Rebels with a series sweep over the Kentucky Wildcats. And it was an exciting weekend in Oxford. You had graduation weekend going down, which is the reason Michael Snowden and Browning Stubbs aren't with us this week as we're wrapping things up. Next week's show actually will be our final Hottie Toddy Hotline of the 2015-2016 school year. So hopefully you can manage the next 3 months without a little HTH with you each and every week. But Matt, what an exciting finale to the three-game series with Kentucky with a walk-off win.
Doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, it does not.
I was at one of their recent meetings of the Pathway Commission, and they were really excited about, in Tennessee, they're looking at a law that will allow cyclists to not have to stop at a stop sign. It almost becomes a yield sign for them, and they're wanting to push for that same thing in the state of Mississippi. So we'll have a little bit of information about the Pathways Commission on this week's Oxford Citizen. Also, if you're riding your bike or you're riding your car around Oxford, you might have noticed something on the horizon coming from the University of Mississippi campus. They're putting in a new water tower up.
They are indeed, replacing one that's been there for many decades.
Forrest is sort of like George Armstrong customer. You either love him or you hate him.
I'm a true Confederate. You're looking at a black rebel.
One of the things mentioned in the book that I'm deeply concerned with. You got a very famous man, Shelby Foote, who claims if we was to have a model, that's the type of person we should try to emulate. It should be John Forrest. That's how he feels, and that's how many people feel. But it's sad to say, those who feel that way are members of the Klan.
He'll outlast Elvis.
I think that they would like to do away with anything that has to do with the Confederacy.
Many times people, when it's controversial, there are a lot of people who just sort of decide to just stay back and leave it alone.
Everybody's great-granddaddy rode with Bedford Forrest.
Welcome back to Buzzline. We're at Buffalo's Cafe in Cumming, and we encourage you to come out here anytime the Jackets are playing ball, especially if they have a road game, which is the case this week as they travel up to Durham to take on David Cutcliffe and the Fighting Duke Blue Devils. Not much fight there this year, evidently, for them, but we don't want to jinx it.
No, they have seemed to be regressing as the year goes along. Their offense.
So grab your helmet and man those battle stations. We're ready for another round of General Gridiron's football foretelling for Week 5. Georgia at Tennessee. Trumpet player Butch Jones got a little peeved at the media during a midweek presser on Rocky Top this week. Hey, Butch, if you can't take the heat as first chair of Tennessee's football program, perhaps a fourth chair spot in the honor band would be a better fit. And this followed a rare win for the Smokies. Not sure if Kirby Smart marched in his high school band, but he'll bring a lot of percussion to Neyland Stadium. The Hairy Dogs are foaming at the mouth, sporting a 4-0 record and ready to outbark the Hounds on the other sideline. Big G's running passing game is impressive. And go ask the folks in Starkville about that hunker-down defense. The Generals victor, Georgia. Washington at Oregon State. The number 6 Huskies ate buffalo meat last week in Boulder, and their sights are set on a much smaller target this